Hi guys, welcome to another book review. So today I will be sharing with you a book that I actually took with me on vacation. I read it in about 6 hours, and I know that because the flight to and from was about three and a half, and that time frame is including naps. So if I hadn't napped, it would have been less, but I did nap. So 6 hours, okay? Um, I'm going to be talking to you about The Alchemist. Um, this book has become a classic. This is the 25th anniversary edition. However, I think my favorite chapter is the introduction because in that the author talks about how this book came out and he only sold like one copy the first year it came out. And now this book is so beloved by many people that it's hard to fathom that this was not a bestseller from the first year of its release. But that's what happened. It was not popular at all. How did it become popular? Word of mouth. Someone read it and then they bought another copy and gave it to another friend and encouraged them to read it, and on and on and on. So please remember throughout life, if you're doing a project or working on some art or something of that, right, where you are using a lot of your time, effort, creativity to make things happen and you want something to be successful, just because it's not immediately successful doesn't mean it never will be. Okay? That's about as optimistic as I get. Yeah. But just remember that. There's always a chance that it could pick up momentum and become the popular dream success that you had envisioned. So this guy, he really believed in the message and the book that he had written. And so he didn't necessarily express too much disappointment that it wasn't successful. Now, granted, I know he was probably disappointed on some level, right? Because if you put a lot of your creativity and stuff like this out there, you're hoping people will immediately receive it in a positive light. But I'm sure now he very much appreciates all of the popularity that this book has brought, because this is now one of his most successful books. He has many, many books that he's written. So if you read a synopsis of this book, doesn't appeal to you, he's got many others to choose from. Don't worry about it. I have to say that I found myself kind of reflecting on this book a little bit. I like the larger concepts the author's trying to have people look at. Like, basically, this book is about a boy, guy, young guy, teenager-ish, who's a shepherd, and he wants to travel the world and see different things, do different things. He doesn't want to just be a shepherd. So he finds a way to make that journey happen for him. Yes, there is some type of treasure hunt, but then the author finds a way to circle everything back around like 360 degrees, and it basically becomes this big lesson about how, you know, we journey from places only to just kind of end right back up where we are, and that's because we were supposed to be there. So that kind of stuff, right? And I had to articulate that in that way because I'm also trying not to be that person that has constant like spoilers in videos and stuff like that. So my goal is that if you end up reading this book, because of something I've put up on the site, I don't want to give away the ending. That's why I'm trying to be vague. So I'm sorry if I'm not explaining it well, but it is what it is. For me, is this going to end up being one of my favorite books? No. But again, I appreciate the concepts and everything that he tried to do, and it helps me kind of look at certain points in my life where it's like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. I can relate to what he's saying. Yeah. So I always like that in a book that I'm reading. So this has quite a bit of that. It's easy to read, it's short, and, it travels well, right? This you can put in your purse. Not even the carry-on. Ladies, your purse. And just store it under there, it's fine. So I have to say, if you're a very optimistic person, this book is probably going to be right up your alley. There's lots of optimism, dreams, goals, whimsy in this book. If you, for example, like some self-help stuff, like The Secret, yeah, probably. So I think that's another reason why it's become so popular, is just because of those key concepts that the author is exploring within the pages here. So, yeah, if you find that interesting, please pick this book up, give it a chance. Because again, if you're not an avid reader, 182 pages is not that long. If you feel like you don't have a lot of time to read, 182 pages, not that long. Just read during commercials on your favorite shows. I do it all the time. Makes me feel smart and like I'm multitasking. I'm just saying. So that's how I do things. You can find your own way to do things. But if you're like, I don't have time, trust me, there's somewhere that you actually might have a couple minutes to read just a few pages, and then the next thing you know, you'll have read a book. And you'll have whatever feeling of accomplishment behind that you have. But yeah, till next time.